Hello, welcome to the first ever episode of StoryVault Top Story. As I mentioned before in my community post, I don't know if you caught it, we're going to be doing one of these kind of videos once a week. Instead of only doing our regular storytelling type narrative, true crime, mysteries, and strange occurrences like cases, this is going to be a segment on the channel. I'll put this in its own playlist called StoryVault Top Stories. And on this part of the show, hopefully once, maybe twice a week, we'll be covering just current events, top stories in the field of true crime, politics, culture. I'm kind of open to taking this segment in multiple different ways depending on your guys' feedback. So please, in your comment section or send me tweets, emails, anything like that, let me know what kind of content you would like to see, story suggestions, topic suggestions. We'll be doing everything from reading news articles for true crime cases, reacting to videos, stuff like that. And the idea behind this is that we can get videos up on the channel more than just once every so often, because those videos really do take like up to 30 to 40 plus hours to research, record, edit, produce, all that kind of stuff. And don't worry, if you hate this kind of the episode, don't worry, I'm still going to be doing regular StoryVault type episodes. Hopefully those videos will be coming out every Friday. And the idea for this segment is these videos should be coming out hopefully every Monday. Maybe I'll do one in the middle of the week as well, depending on how difficult they end up being. But feedback is always appreciated. Sorry for the long intro. Most of these videos are not going to have long intros at all. We're just going to be getting straight into the story. So without any further ado, welcome to StoryVault Top Stories. Okay, so this is the headline that I wanted to get to. It's from ABC News. The story came out a couple of weeks ago. It was from the crime actually occurred on New Year's Eve. And I just thought this would be a good story to kick off this portion of the show because it's just lightly humorous and just completely ridiculous. So here's the headline. Husband accused of killing dismembering wife allegedly Googled 10 ways to dispose of a dead body. Yes, you didn't mishear me. That's the headline. So this woman, Ane Walsh, was reported missing by her coworkers around January 4th, right after New Year's. She didn't show up to work. As the story goes, Ane Walsh, mom of three, was reported missing by coworkers in Washington on January 4th. At that time, her husband, Brian Walsh, claimed that he last saw his wife early on January 1st, as she prepared to take a rideshare to Boston International Airport for a work emergency. But investigators said she never caught the ride and she never boarded a plane. Investigators said they tracked down Anna's phone on January 2nd and it pinged near her home. Brian Walsh was charged with misleading an investigation on January 8th. At that time, investigators revealed that they found a broken knife in the family's basement and had surveillance video of Brian Walsh wearing a medical mask, surgical gloves, and purchasing $450 in cleaning supplies at the local Home Depot. So they have surveillance of this guy going into a Home Depot and purchasing nearly $500 in cleaning supplies, which is not suspicious at all when your wife goes missing. You know, that's not great. Generally, if you want to get away with murder, you don't want those kind of surveillance videos out. Maybe put on a mask or something, especially during COVID. Like, that seems easy enough. But anyway, so this woman goes missing. The police knock on the door. They come into Walsh's home. They have this surveillance footage of him buying all of these cleaning supplies. They go into his basement, and what do you know what they find? Prosecutors said police also recovered 10 trash bags containing blood-stained items, including a hacksaw, towels, rags, cleaning agents, carpet slippers, a Prada purse. So obviously innocent until proven guilty, but it's not looking good for this guy. Obviously, whenever a wife goes missing, one of the first people that police officers look into is the husband. And in this case, they look into the husband and they immediately start recovering all of this evidence. But the thing that makes this headline really stand out, and the reason we're covering it, is because this guy allegedly went onto his son's iPad and searched things like 10 ways to dispose of a body. And these weren't the only things that he Google searched. I have a whole list of his Google searches, so I'll just read you a couple of these. He searched for how long before a body starts to smell, how to stop a body from decomposing, how to embalm a body, 10 ways to dispose of a dead body, how long for someone to be missing before to inherit. Okay. Can you throw away body parts? What does formaldehyde do? How long does DNA last? Can identification be made on partial remains? Dismemberment, comma, best way to dispose of a body. I'm just gonna keep reading these. How to clean blood from a wooden floor. What happens when you put body parts in ammonia? Is it better to throw crime scene clothes away or wash them? Hacksaw, best tool for dismemberment. Can you get charged with murder if there's no body? Good question. Can you identify a body with broken teeth? What happens to hair on a dead body? It goes on. You get the idea. Anyway, you get the idea. This guy went on his son's iPad to search all of these things, and I don't know if it's just like he couldn't find his phone and he was just like, oh, son, give me your iPad. Or if he thought that, okay, I know police can find Google search history, so I wouldn't want him to use my phone. Oh, I'll use my son's. Instead of like getting a burner phone. I wonder how old his son was. It doesn't actually say how old his son was. I'm sure it was like a child. So it's not like it was like an adult son. I'm just saying, like, if he was like trying to implicate his son for killing his mother, that would be even more messed up. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like he just picked up his son's iPad. I'm sure it was like around the house or something. And he thought, well, if the police get a hold of my phone, there's no way they're going to search through like all the electronics in my house. It's not like police actually know how to do their jobs. And to this point, police have not discovered a body, but Brian has been arrested under suspicion of murder. Obviously, all of these charges are circumstantial, innocent until proven guilty, but there's a good chance from the bloody clothes and materials found in his basement, coupled with his Google search history, coupled with the surveillance video of him buying $500 worth of cleaning supplies, the implication does not look good. The day before that he searched all of these things about how to murder his wife, there was one Google search that said, best states to file for divorce in. Which, I guess that search didn't come up with anything acceptable. He was just like, well, I could divorce her. That would cost a lot of money. I don't really have time for this. I don't know what goes through your head when you decide you're going to murder your wife. Obviously, it's a terrible thing, and we shouldn't make light of it. I thought this would be a good story to cover for our first episode of Top Stories, because it is just so utterly ridiculous how utterly stupid some criminals can be. And there's no exception in the case of Brian Walsh.